Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here. We're getting ready for another midweek deadline. We have got Champions League, we've got Europa League, Conference League, and I feel like bits and bobs sprinkled all around. We're off the back of a massive weekend, and I've come in clutch, guys. We have got hot streaks ticking off all over the place. Dual Connect missions were getting smashed, and D1s were reigning essence, all good stuff. We've not had any quick play success as of yet, but with some of the cards I've picked up, maybe that is right around the corner. Who knows? Let's see. Let's get stuck straight into it. Oh, my wee page. There we go. There's my wee page. So, will we start with Champions League, or will we work? Let's work up to it. Let's work up to it. Fist bumps is all on arrival. We're live on Twitch and YouTube. Quinny 3001 for all of these. Thanks very much to everyone that is tuning in. Please do like, subscribe, share, and retweet, and all that good stuff. Thomas Ronyan and Shaka Boom in the chat. First and foremost, good to see you. But yeah, so I'll tell you. Will I give it a wee minute? Will I kick the door open? Yeah, okay. I'll kick the door open for a wee minute before everyone gets in, and we'll start doing lineups, because I just hate everyone. Did you do this team yet? You know, and we're running about. Coming out of the weekend, let's have a wee peek at that, because like I say, I've done quite well. We've kind of got the team, we've kind of got the strategy locked in. Everything's kind of ticking over now. I think I'm doing a really good job on, like, my best players are generally in my best teams. We all catch a landmine, don't we, or a depth charge or whatever once in a while, but good reign of success this game week. This includes the streaks, I think, because I think I've only got another $25 to come my way. Pardon me. Big batch of essence, which is lovely. 4 streaks, basic ones, but it gets us going. We hit 384 points in the Premier League Duo Connect missions at the last, thanks to Lamins on Monday night bringing in a 31. He was on 27 at one point, and we were bang on the 380 mark. I was like, Jesus Christ. Surely the guy can get some passes or something, man. He just give us a bit of breathing room. He managed to do it, and with Captain Cherky, finally the play came in. He brought in that hundo, and we got to... we didn't get promoted back to D1, that's sad. But anyway, we got the streak, we got the Duo Connect, and we move on to next weekend for the Prem. And this was actually top, this team, for ages. Must have been something on Monday night that changed it, but my commons, good XP, big collection bonus, and the Newcastle one wasn't as prolific. France, I don't really think much about that anyway. And Spain, guys, honestly, see, one of the fun things about this Sociedad strategy, with them just being like decent at football for the most part, Sergio Herrera has made us hit the streak. In previous weeks, we have had Sorare hitting the streak for us. The classic goalkeeper like cycle that I've picked up in La Liga here, and I think you could replicate this if you were doing a similar strategy with like one squad fully buffed out, is brilliant, because even though 54 is not bad for a Ramiro, but if you've just got another guy somewhere that, hey, like at home to Levante, or sorry I did alright against like Mallorca or something, maybe you put them with team 2 and they bring in something for you. So 82 points is wild. Love to see it, and I love having Sergio Herrera and David Soria in the building. They're 2 cards I've obviously had Soria super rare for years, but Sergio Herrera I've never owned, but it's fun to have him kind of chipping in and helping. We get a La Liga back into D1, we hit the streak again for that, we get it moving, and we win a big bit of La Liga essence for crafting, for giveaways for the channel members. We had a massive amount of gifted memberships. I'm not too sure how it works, but I think if you go back to that show, I think it was Friday, wasn't it, the deadline show? They might still be in the chat. There's a few of them left unclaimed, and I'm not too sure how it works or whatever, but we had great generosity from Bath. And anyway, so we've got a lot of you guys that could be involved in the giveaway. Nice amount of La Liga limited essence coming our way, which is good crack. And in Bundesliga, guys, organic farming has made it to Division 1. And organic farming with the Julian Brandt thin damning clean sheet against Leverkusen brought in finally the first streak. This little strategy, this is the 3rd game week it's ran. The first 2 game weeks it hit like 350, 355, right around there both times. And this game week, 438. Now, Aslani let me down, but who the hell cares when Lukeba and Rom, I think they both had slightly bigger scores at the end of the match, so maybe been opted down. Absolutely smash it. Julian Brandt brings in his typical 67, and we're loving life. And I've made some reinforcements. We've got a little team 2 of, like, imagine this guy Honsack catches fire. You know, Scally might be maybe not Scally individually actually, but like maybe Reader, and if we craft some other guides. I bought a Romulo Icebreaker or Ice Edition or whatever, Winter Edition, with the hope of him being cover for Asllani, and we can maybe lean into Leipzig a bit more, but he's still looking a bit injured. Now for Bundesliga, I'm so sorry to whoever it was, right? Somebody asked for Bundesliga goalkeeper suggestions, and I was between Moritz Nicholas and Atubolu, who I picked for both my common teams on the basis of the chat we had before. And see, when I seen the scoring between, because I'm pretty sure that whoever it was, they went for Atubolu 38. I really hope he didn't kill somebody's streak, because that's losing 2-1 away at Heidenheim is an unexpected score. And they were away to Mainz. I don't know, it's a tough one. I hope somebody's streak didn't burst on that. But Organic Farming has made it to D1. We've got the first streak locked and loaded for next weekend. That's a buzz. And the Eredivisie has failed. We were on the third streak. We'd been streaking. We'd been hitting the Joe Connect on the bounce. And bloody Heracles at home at Telstar. You know, this is just typical Sorare. You know, like they should smash. They're on form. They're at home to the Diddy team in the league. But nah, they don't. So 260, that one's dead. I'll be dishing out those cards. I'll be selling them or trading them around the place. And this strategy, honestly, like I just love where the Celtic stuff is. I love where Challenger is overall. Like I was saying this to Tony. I was actually chatting to him yesterday. It feels like I've got like 8 rare teams the way it goes right now. And when you've got that much, like sadly there's no limited kind of side action coming this weekend. We've had it before, but just having that versatility to hit second streak now, boom. We got to the third one last time, and we just missed out on streak 4. And now we're set up to go after streak 3 this weekend. So we're very quickly back on the horse with it, which is great. And it was really I know this says first team, but this was actually the first team that I played. We brought in the Schlager, he brought in the clean sheet. Fourhold was just safe, and that's kind of all he did, was just be a safe 42. McGrath on AA, brilliant. And Sané Classic on Friday night gave me a good omen. Picking up 25 quid. We're getting some D1 cash out with this as well. We're losing a Celtic D1, it looks like, sadly. But we're gaining one elsewhere. 409 points over here, and like look at the multi-entry at rare. I think 350, 287, 456 and 409 is 4 good teams, 4 good sets of scores. Sadly the Fenerbahce strikers didn't start this game. It is what it is. And Celtic Hearts, we all kind of know what happened there. So I even think this team, by the way, considering like I actually caught 3 really good scores in this team, different captain, and this team would have been streaking kinda as well. Like it wouldn't have been needed obviously, but that'd have been fun. And then the depth in the limited, Welsh was 50-50, that's why he was unlimited, not rare. Hanley was meant to be nailed, so without those two, that's a bit of a kick in the stones. Armstrong looks cool, you know, and there's nice players down here and some nice combos, but we didn't quite string them together. Donovan DNP, and yeah, this team just could have done with a kicker or two, really, couldn't it? Yeah, so I really like how all that went. That was a buzz this weekend. Really enjoyed watching all those scores coming in. And with Champion and All-Star, honestly, like this Champ team, I had no D1s, so I didn't prioritise Champ, as you might remember. But look at this, Captain DNP Rafinha and DNP Arnau, who's been like a brilliant player for Girona. Obviously they lost 3-0, so maybe not missing out on too much there. But with Ferran and another team, I had I known Rafinha wasn't going to play, for example, like Ferran easily could have just been in that position. I'm not even sure, did Lewandowski play? I've not even looked at his score, actually. I just see the guys in my team. I don't think I actually selected Louis. He must have been in amongst it, I suppose. Let's have a wee peek at that. So yeah, Rafinha was on to play, and we've done it on the basis of all available information. Oh no, there was no Louis. I might sneeze. 2 secs. So yeah, that's a kick in the stones. Nice scores. Look at Bruno. 1 decisive, 94. Soboslai, Guardiol, Doku, no decisive. Nice scores all around. Sociedad, whatever. The rest of them weren't too great. And for giveaway stuff, we got a little bit of Champ Essence. Thanks to... Urko got a decisive. It must have got removed from him. That's a gutter. The rest of the team were pretty meh. And did we get any other limited essence? Yeah, we did. The bottom team, I thought we had another one. Starfelt and Jake O'Brien, Julian Brandt really leading the way for this team. Brings in a wee chunk of essence, which is fun for giveaway action. And then in All-Star, I had 4 D1s, and I was ready to cook. Now, sadly, even though Celtic, I know it's SO7, so it's different, right? But McGregor negative decisive, still brought in 460 points. Isn't bad going. Nakamura played Friday night, so this is me kind of seeing this team for the first time again. 531 points, wee bit of essence. Neymar, all the AA, no decisive. Naroki, another assist is wild, isn't it? The Ueda team did well. Larson kind of let us down. The Celtic boys obviously likewise, but a wee bit of essence is cool. And then the other D1, we had Cherky and Baumgartner in here. Amiri got us out a last man tackle or something, which was cool. 1,000 essence for this team, thanks to Captain Cherky. We'll take that all day. And then when we get into limited, we had the Bad Batch boys that broke down. We had a bit of this, didn't do anything. I think Tanny played again this morning. So second chance at him, it didn't really work out. And we get 500 essence for the Sudakov team here. We had Tierney in there. Baron Ashea, huge AA despite a negative decisive, is very intriguing. I would say Tap Soba 58. So a really good weekend, honestly. Like, so many of my guys played well, had enough of them together. I'm going to have some good essence, and I'm in that position again as last week. So I'm probably going to turn and burn the essence. I'm probably going to craft off with it. We'll have some action for giveaway. I'll have some action for me. And I've got a wee wallet. I've got a wee 61 quid sitting there, and another $25 coming. And with some of the degen and some of the outlaying I've been having, it's nice to have that kind of trickling back in now. So yeah, coming into the midweek, I'm really seeing, and I've kind of did some of my teams already. I think just with Celtic particularly, and you might have this experience in previous game weeks, this game week, or maybe even a future one. But Celtic against Roma, it's really hard to play that in an all-star situation, even at Classic. I just don't want it relegated. And from an in-season point of view, again, it's limited utility. So it's kind of like 2 midweeks ago, I think it was, or even last midweek, the focus was get everything into D1, and we achieved that. I don't want anything relegated. I think a team got relegated, so can we get that team promoted? It's maybe something I'll look at building today. But we'll get through the predicted lineups. We'll start with the Conference League. Let me know what you guys are doing. I've not really caught up with the chat in a wee minute. Fist bumps to you as always. We get through this. And yeah, good to see it. Paul Moorcroft, it's been a while, Paul. Good to see you. And Andreas, good to see you. Luan Trader, the man. Gavin Ridley, Jake Welsh. Common Premier League 5th streak. Nice. Oh, cool. I've been chasing the streaks. I've been building the teams, but I'm never really aware of where I'm at with it. I think I've hit a few of them this week as well. Man City stack and whatnot. But yeah, good to see you. We've only got a Fiorentina team here. It's been on screen for a wee minute in case you want to see it. Doesn't really bother me too much. Samson Sport against Athens. Interesting one. The Greek teams. I think we've looked at Athens before as like a fun Blue X stack. So yeah, against Samson Sport. You know, Greece versus Turkey. There's some spice in that, isn't there? The attack of the Blue Xers. Mines. Are they managerless? Do they have an interim? Can you guys help me out on that? Amiri away to Poznan. Amiri versus Palma is going to be fun, isn't it? One of them will do well, one of them will do 42 or something, you know, so let's see how that shakes out. I fancy Mainz to do alright. Not a big travel going to Poland from Germany. Shelburne take on Palace. Oh, now Palace, like, the team was probably quite hard to predict because, with all due respect to Shelburne, like, Palace are light years ahead of them physically, you know, and technique wise and game strategy wise. Like, Palace are just in such a sweet place right now. So if you can get the guys that are going to play this, Cristante Succi, is that the one that played at Jetta? It is, isn't it? It's the one that played at Getafe. He is a machine. Yeah, it's the one that played at Jetta. I'm sure it is. Yeah, this guy's a machine. So this he could be a sneaky one, by the way. L15 a 35. So even the Ice Edition, 8 quid. Yeah, that could be 60-40 with Devaney. Devaney was the Charity Shield hero. It's easy to imagine somebody like Devaney getting minutes here, but Uche was signed for money, so that's a funny one. Watch out for that, but interesting opportunities there, I think. Jagliona are taking on Vallecano. Leon Flack, Pozo Pululu, never heard of him, but he's got a card, it seems. Taking on the boys of the Frutos, EC Payazon, Unai Lopez, Chavaria, left back. Yeah, good one for Rayo, I think. Away at Poland as well. Rijeka take on Kielce from Slovenia. Could be good for Rijeka. Rakow of Poland take on Zrinski of Bosnia. Don't think anyone's interested in that. There you go. Legia are away to Arkash. I think they're like Albania or Macedonia or something. This is the Legia team for anyone that's interested in it. Kamil Piakowski, by the way. Why is he in Poland? Interesting. Slovan Bratislava, they take on the Macedonians. They're away to them. Kevin Vimmer, Tolic, a few familiar faces there. Aberdeen at home to Strasbourg. Kiskinen probably favoured to Armstrong. I can imagine that for the pace. But I think Armstrong's like nous and physicality. It's something that they're going to want in this game. Ayashishi against Frenchman. He should do well, you would think, wouldn't you? Hope Mitov has a good game. Jesper Karlsson, this is a game for him to shop window himself up. Kevin Nisbet and Lazatic, the striking options. Nisbet preferred on the starting 11 there. Lausanne Sport. Again, there's some cards. There you go. Rapid. Yeah, you kind of fancy Rapid Vienna. I've got a good home stadium crowd, fan base, etc. This could be fun for them. Pretty much, not even a predicted team here. I doubt any like Louise types similar to Paphos, you know. AZ are taking on Drita, and I've got no idea where they're from. It's going to be like Luxembourg or something like that. It's crazy, I'm sure. So Troy Parrott, Patrick. Oh, what's Parrott sitting at? Parrott sitting at the moment. L1551. That's sweet. 100 quid for the ice edition is a bit steep. 85 the market isn't bad, but and yeah, man, one decisive 68, one decisive 64. Interesting play there, both in the SO5 arena and quick play style. Some other guys here as well could rinse. Hansen, Mini Coop, Keith Smith. Yeah, I'm not too sure where Drita are from. Maybe chat can help me out. We don't have any predicted teams for these games at the bottom here, including Shakhtar Donetsk, Sparta Prague, and one or two others that I doubt any of these care about anyway. We'll move on to the Europa League. We've got Zagreb against first up. Oh, actually, what I'll do is I'm going to hit a refresh quickly. We'll have a quick glance at Conference League one more time. Did we miss anything? Yeah, Palace is 22 minutes ago, so let's just double check we didn't miss that. I think we've seen the latest version of it earlier. That's fine. Excellent. Europa League. So top one we've got is Utrecht against Nottingham Forest. We've got Hologram Hands, Barkas in goals. El Karauni is back in at left back. Miguel Rodriguez, DeWitt, Kathleen. All the usual boys are there. Viergever, Van der Horn, etc. Arnau Kuhl Melendo leading the line. McAtee in at the number 10 spot. Wow, none of my guys. No Gibbs White, no Elliot Anderson. Dan and Doyle will play. And yeah, no Nico Williams, no Savona. A lot of rotation here, it looks like, from Sean Dyche. Utrecht are kind of dead and buried in the Europa League. And you would think, Hudson, with this front three, Forest should just be scoring goals. And the rest of the team, it's just, you know, make sure you're good enough. Sangar could be a boss here, because as we know, Sangar absolutely reigned supreme as boss midfielder in Europe while at PSV. L1547 Ice Edition on auction now, under a fiver. 20 quid secondary. Get 63 against Malmo. Yeah, Sangar's a fun one. Sangar is a fun one. I like the thought of that. Interesting tie there all the same. Basel Villa. Villa just had an update 23 minutes ago. Drita is Kosovo. Okay. Oh, I was close with the size on the map, wasn't I? Shaqiri, the other Salah, Matinho, Danulic, Sinumoto, all in the house. Benny Traore up front. Aston Villa look to be playing the Europa League squad, which has been quite consistent, I think, in spells. I know they've had some rotation and some injuries and stuff, but Bogard is in, Bizot is in. I'm not too sure about the Garcia boy, but certainly Sancho has played a bit more, same as Buendia in Europe, so good looking team for them. Zagreb Betis is what we're going to start with before we hit refresh. Here it is now. And, some unknowns, like some 50-50s and whatever. Zagreb, I don't think are to be taken lightly, but Betis should have too much for them. And yeah, there's both teams there. One thing to note, by the way, as well with the Conference League, is this is the penultimate match. Conference League only has 6 games in the group stage, whereas Champions League and Europa League has 8. So watch out for that in terms of teams that are, you know, what they're fighting for, who they're playing against, etc. Who's qualified, who's not. There's 2 less games to think about. They basically, Conference League doesn't play the opening game of Champions League and Europa League, match day 1, and they don't play the final game, so Conference League just plays the middle 6. Panathinaikos team here is on screen. Swiderski, Bakasetas, there's a few guys here, isn't there? Ahmed Tuba, Lafont, wee blue X stack there. That was Panathinaikos at home at Victoria Pilsen. We've got Celta at home at Bologna. This is an interesting one for sure. Both teams, you know, are kind of alright in their own way, without being perfect. A lot of 60% everywhere. Both teams very hard to forecast how they're going to read this game, how they're going to come into it. So good luck with any of those stacks and cards. Pau are away to Ludogorets. We've got a Pau predicted team here. Zivkovic, Tyson, Baba, John Joe Kenny, Pavlenka. Again, a wee bit of a Blue X action coming out of Greece. Nice take on Braga. Braga being away. Both teams are on screen here for you. Diop, Cho, Carlos, front three. Full strength is in place. Strong team otherwise. João Moutinho going back to France again. He knows the territory. He knows what he's up to here. Pau Victor. Yeah, I think interesting game. Hard one to call. Young Boys take on Lille. Switzerland versus France. Alvin Sanchez is now at Young Boys. He was very closely linked to Celtic, and I've actually kind of half followed him. And his SO5 is very good. I've not actually looked at him since he's went to Young Boys. Alvin Sanchez, yeah, there he's there. Alvin, yeah. Yes, he's only just moved to Young Boys. He's done alright, hasn't he? In the short spell he's been there, but look at this. He was linked to Celtic like maybe back like here or something like that. It was ages ago. He caught this form last year. 22-year-old midfielder. Had some big links after this form, but he's also went from Lausanne to Young Boys to get that European exposure. So watch out for him against Lille if you're watching that game. Egeman up front. Not much else to say. Ozer and after that we've got Leon against Go Ahead Eagles. Teams are on screen here for you. Edvardsen, Melle Mullenstein in midfield. Remy Deschamps in goal for Leon. Catches the eye here. Celtic against Roma. Yes, this is the team that played at the weekend. I've not really got into thinking about Celtic properly. What do I think he's going to change? I think he's going to want pace. I think Nygren and Hatate, one of them isn't safe. And who are they not safe from? I think they're maybe not safe from Dyson Maeda, because the change that he made in the match was he brought in Quinny for Nygren. He wanted an extra striker. He wanted the pace. It was a pace element, I think, that we're missing. The box, if you think about the four guys in the middle, was very connected. We never really got them linking up, and a big part of that was maybe just travelling across the ground. He could just play the same team again for a bit of consistency to work from, like a base to then kind of adjust the team. But I don't know. I think that front three is maybe the one that's. I could easily see him playing Yang on the left and Donovan on the right. Because I think he'll expect to defend more against Roma than against Hearts. So I do think there would be a tweak in that regard. It could even be Tierney on for Tuneke. I think he might do something like that, by the way. Where he maybe goes Tierney for Tuneke. Shuffles like maybe Simpson Pussy or Dane Murray into the back three. And then maybe leave Yang on the right, if you're alright with that. And then you've maybe got the option for Tuneke to add some pace in the front three at the expense of. I would probably say on the performance at the weekend between Nygren and Hatate, just basically pick your poison. I think I'd be dropping Nygren on mobility, but Hatate was played a lot worse at the weekend, so hard one to call. For Roma, Dybala, Sula and El Shaarawy, they're going to be buzzing in about whatever defence we have. And with Wesley and Selic, bombastic fullbacks. This is going to be a fight. This is going to be a straight out fight. Elanawi, Manu Kone or Cristante in midfield. I think Cristante is. I'd be surprised if he plays Elanawi. I think it'll be Cristante and Kone that he'll play personally. What do I know? I've not been following Roma that closely, but I could just see it because I think Cristante is the sort of guy that would do very well against Celtic in these types of fixtures. But Gianluca Mancini, Mario Hermoso, even Ndika, it's really strong. This is a funny game to go into. This actually kind of suits Celtic as well because this is man for man. This is a straight square go. So like God knows how. Don't back a clean sheet for MD. That's all I'll say. Don't back a clean sheet. Rangers are away to Robbie Keane's Ferencváros, who are actually like third or something like that in the Europa League at the moment. This is the team I was expected to be lining up, and they're in a bit of ascendancy by all accounts at the moment. Strumpf Graz are at home to Red Star. The Strumpf Graz team is on screen here for any of you that are after it. Tim Orman in at centre back now and apparently performing a little bit better. Then it right back. Fenerbahce are away to Bran. Not much players from Bran, but Fenerbahce we certainly care about these days. Yeah, Talisca for me. Talisca starts this game, no two ways about it. Yeah, it might be Juksic, Alvarez. He kind of liked in one of the games recently to get Andersen in like a midfield four with boys I've got, Kerem and Nene, with only Juksic or Edson in behind them. So I wouldn't be surprised if he did that. I could see Talisca starting up front. But not to be totally written off, he did alright against Rangers. Fenerbahce know that. Fenerbahce want the points. Semedo suspended. I expect Fenerbahce to do really good, even though they're away from home. Midtjylland take on Genk. This is Cho versus O. Both these guys were linked to Celtic. We got O, and Cho went to Midtjylland eventually for a bit more money if he was a bit rich for Celtic's blood at the time. Midtjylland, I think, are top of the Europa League, or certainly. Genk still need the points badly. This will be a fight. That'll be a fight. That'll be an open game. Freiburg against Salzburg is an interesting one. Germany versus Austria. My boy Kjærgaard still not back in the bloody picture. That's annoying. Kratzig dropped. Love that. Schlager's in. That's fine enough. Manzambi is that guy. We've been chatting about him on the channel for a wee while, but he scored again at the weekend. He's the real deal. He's going to go to somebody big in the summer. Yuito Suzuki, Jan-Nicolas Beste and Grifo feels like three guys that should be able to smash Salzburg. So it'll be a really interesting game. Really interesting to see how that one shakes. Porto at home to Malmo. Porto should be smashing them. Borja seems good to see. Vega. Okay. No Holt. Bednarek's likely but not nailed. Interesting. Kratzig been shite, has he? I'm not sure if there's been a luckier person than me this week. Hit the 5th streak in Challenger. Oh, brilliant. Claimed it, then the points went below. That Tom Hall, well done. Love that. Good afternoon to you all. Fist bumps. I see the chat is flying. Is a beast. Yeah. Sergio Herrera is a monster. I got some decent in-season player for midweek. Oh, nice. Should I buy a classic smasher? Yeah. I would think so. Diego Costa, Simsier, Osorio. Yeah. They're like really good. And all those guys. Classic smasher. Who would be... We've almost finished this run, so we'll go to Stuttgart. Oh, Stuttgart at home to Tel Aviv. Nicholas Narte. I was going to say Noah Narte. Sorry. Almost a bit of a slip there. Thiago Tomas, Angelo Stiller, Mittelstadt. I think Stuttgart really need points, by the way. They could be smashed central. Feyenoord away to Bucharest. Ueda is my classic smasher for this weekend. Midweek, I beg your pardon. Although Celtic beat them, they're definitely a good outfit. Stoya Bucharest. I think that'll be a hostile place, but Feyenoord should have too much for them. And then, yeah, just on that note, let me have a wee, before we get to Champions League, let me have a peek. Yeah, European leagues. Oh, let's fix that zoom. That's wild, isn't it? How many lineups have I got? 4. So I've got a Celtic stack. That's fine. Yeah, I'm happy. They're all kind of safe starters. I think I tried to make this like the best team, but not the Talisca. Yeah, because I wanted to keep Fener together. I wanted to keep Fenerbahce together, and by using classic Ederson and just go with the stack. Yeah, team 1. This was team 1, and then this is team 2. Yes, it actually says that there. I think Talisca plays. I'm a bit Bednarek. Borja signs now. But that's team 2, and then I just put 2 Celtic teams behind it just for maybe something happens. Barkas is the goalkeeper in one of them. Tried to keep the Schmeichels for the classic one, because I'm not putting them into All-Star. And just going for it. A wee bit of alteration, a wee bit of classic flexing. And then with Shaqiri, Amiri, some of these other guys have maybe got a bit of a smash potential. Palma. I like Amiri away to Poznan, could be good. Amiri at home to Villa could be good, but he's not cheap. And let's go back to this again. Yeah, Ueda's mine. Yeah, I'm happy with those teams. But seeing Gabby V makes me think about, I've not built any limited teams for this yet. No, that's fine. I don't need to interfere with these teams, but what I'll do quickly, So we're hurtling towards the deadline. As we'll get... I want Schlager away to Freiburg. We'll start with a Schmeichel and we'll go from there. Let's get the in-season guys in. McKenna, Archie Brown. Yeah, let's go with Archie Brown. That's an exciting pick. Yeah, Gabriel. That's an exciting pick. Oh, Dan and Doy. That's an exciting pick. And then Hatate. That's an alright wee team by the way. Still got Tuneke, Jadon Sancho maybe. I've picked Jadon Sancho before and he's been gash. Yeah, 52 against Young Boys. No decisive. Basel away. Maybe just go with Hatate. Because he's playing. Let's go Sancho. He's playing for Villa. With Captain and Doy. Best 8 players for Champions League. Oh, we'll get to that in a wee second. Don't you worry about that. Can I get another wee throwaway teammate in here maybe? Let's even imagine I use the Schlager. Defence I could use McKenna. I could use Hatate. I could use Tuneke. And then classic. Is there anyone here we want to get into a team? I could play Bakrar against Betis just for the... Yeah, why not? Stick him into this. And then does that mean then maybe let's drop Tuneke out, let's put Bakrar in, and then best in season. John Duran gets suspended. Yeah, he's not playing. I think I want to cover some wild Celtic action in a team in a second. But in terms of this last team that's got probable starters, could do alright scorers. Maybe just put Tuneke into... Yeah, it's just going to be Tuneke, isn't it? And then... Probably as well captaining him. Why not? Or maybe... Yeah, let's go. Stick with Tuneke. Porto are wanting to focus on the league, says Rico Man. Thanks for the intel. I've got some... Yeah, I've seen that. They are brothers. Oh, who's the brothers again? Sorry. Oh crap, who were we just talking about? I've totally forgotten. Apologies. Right, so wildcard Celtic stuff. Listen, I think Donovan is a wildcard, are the most likely of these defenders to feature. Maybe Dane Murray, but nah, I don't think so. I think it would maybe go Donovan. And in the midfield, most likely to feature is probably McKeown. Although I wouldn't rule out something like Bernardo. And then, yeah, I want to do Balikwisha, Iheanacho essentially, I think. Yeah, Iheanacho and Balikwisha. And then if these guys get to the party, Captain Schmeichel on this one. If those guys get to the party, we've got a team. Oh, the brothers Narty, that's it, of course. Good catch, Rico, love that. Right, so let's get into the Champions League, what are we looking at here? Oh, actually, before we do that, we'll hit the refresh button. Just make sure we've got all of the latest updates locked in. Right, so the top one we've got is Brugge against Arsenal. Brugge line up, full strength 11 here. Hugo Sikwe, Joaquin Sees, the team that was built in the Belgian Jupiler Pro League, against Arsenal, the team that was built on the transfer market. Look at this team, man. This is like, you know, I know maybe Saka, Martinelli a wee bit longer, but widely, Arteta assembled team here. Guy Carez needs to get going. Eze's been on fire, hasn't he? And Chappie and Calafiore is an interesting pair. Next to Timber, Raya maintains in the sticks. Inter at home to Liverpool. Liverpool have travelled without Mohamed Salah. Apparently he's on his way to Saudi. Deja vu from when I won Salah last season. Salah has now become a booby prize very quickly, so watch out for your crafts. Stay away from those Egyptian Premier League pools for a while. And yeah, Liverpool look really good, but they've not looked really good, so I can't believe they're playing Kerkez over Robbo still, man. Like, it just feels wild. Bradley I don't know about, and also I'm biased on Robbo, but tough game. I wouldn't rate Liverpool because they've got the quality here to hurt anyone. Inter are so good defensively, very good in attack. You'd imagine they probably do just squeeze it here. Villarreal at home to Copenhagen. Villarreal look very full strength. Very full strength here. I really like a lot of what I'm seeing here. I might have to include Pepe and Molero into a lineup or two, because I do think Villarreal probably too good for Copenhagen. Though I don't mind seeing Jonosuke Suzuki, Chips Cheese and Pussy El Yunusi, and Jordan, son of the King Larson, all doing well. But there's a few other players here that are quite nice as well. But I think Villarreal at home. Villarreal are like European. This is the sort of game when Villarreal and Sevilla like conquer Europe in the Europa League. It's doing the business against those teams is bread and butter for them. Monaco Galatasaray. This is a somewhat glamour tie, Champions League style. Two big clubs in their nations respectively. Interesting teams for both as well. Both been known to splash the cash in their own ways. Strong defences on both sides. Goalkeepers are kind of whatever, aren't they? But really good. Galatasaray could get the win there. Monaco defenders could score incredible. Let's just see how it goes. Madrid against Man City. Now apparently Camavinga and Mbappe haven't been training. Yeah, Camavinga's out with an ankle injury. I think that's confirmed. But Mbappe is now at least 50-50, if not ruled out. So watch out for that. Man City couldn't be in better shape right now. If Cherki starts in the Bernabeu, it will be a seance. It will be like the second coming of Messi. Like it just will be. I can just see it going so well. The way things are going now for City. Xabi Alonso's on the ropes. Dani Ceballos, I don't know. Yeah, I can see City doing really well in this. Really well in this. Machine. Yeah, City could do really well here. And I like the fact that they're away for Sorare wise, because it just means that AA should be a good chance to get into high numbers. Olympiacos take on Kairat. Again, a blue X stack that could do very well. Don't think you'll get many in-season cards out of that, right enough. But Athletic Club host PSG. These two clubs could not be any further polar apart in the landscape of world football. Interesting contrast here. Kang looks to start. That's fun for me. Jon Snow into fullback. Wow, were they going mad midfield heavy? Oh, this is fun. Luis Enrique's cooking up something. Safanov is in goals. Leverkusen, Newcastle. And again, these are two teams that I think kind of mirror each other. I kind of see Leverkusen as kind of the Newcastle of Bundesliga, if that makes sense. Always have cool players. Obviously, it's not black and white, but it's red and black, isn't it? And whatever. So this is a fun game. This will be great to watch for the neutral. I don't see any two ways about it. Good front threes on both. Ramsdale Flecken, both like a save, both like to concede. And yeah, like that's a fun tie. Qarabag host Ajax. This is Ajax team. Good luck with that. Qarabag, a notoriously hard away venue, rubbish pitch, terrible, not terrible, but like difficult climate. A lot of travel as well. It's over the backside of Azerbaijan. It's like closer to, that's Kazakhstan, isn't it? It's like closer to China than Paris or some shit. But Barca host Frankfurt. Again, another quite historic Champions League fixture. Frankfurt are previous winners. Obviously, Barca speak for themselves. Louis going to be starting this one. Yamal's in town. Rafinha doesn't miss Champions League. The Ferminator's back. Yeah, Barca look good. Goals galore. Again, this is a great game for the neutral to watch, I think. You know how Frankfurt are going to approach it. PSV take on Atletico Madrid. Teams are on screen. Not got too much to say about Atleti these days. Kind of speak for themselves. Saibari, very much shop window. Pepe looks to be fit for this one. And new left back coming in, and Mauro Jr. moving to midfield. Shooting coming in. Yeah, a wee bit of a shuffle in defence. Interesting from PSV. USG and Marseille. Bobby Schuffs in the Champions League. How incredible is that? Zorgan. It's probably one of the worst USG teams, and it's in the Champions League. Not saying it's a bad team, but they've had better teams than this. Oh, Matt O'Reilly's going to start. That could be good. Timo Weah, wing back again. Strong team. Naya Faguerd. Yeah, I might need to rebuild my Champions Leagues. Benfica Napoli. Teams are on screen. Bayern München against Sporting. I think that's tonight. I've seen these teams kind of reported on Kicker or something. That was on my timeline. I think it's quite widely reported what's to be expected. And yeah, Sporting. João Simões. And it looks like remember that guy Simão from back in the day. Left foot, right foot, played for Barca and all, played for every day, was brilliant. Simao, give me vibes of him there. Strong defence. Rui Silva's in goal. Juve Paphos, we're almost to the end of the Champions League here. This is the Juve team. Jonathan David, arrowheading, probably, maybe Openda. I've got both those guys, I can't pick either one of them. Coop Miners still in defence, funny. Wonder how that's been working out. No, check on it another time. Atalanta host Chelsea. Andre Santos coming into the team. Pedro Neto's there. Enzo and Moses. Moses is back. CDK, Lookman, Scamacca. Nice front three there. Otherwise, Atalanta team quite recognisable, quite familiar. Borussia Dortmund host Bodo Glimt. Black and white, black and yellow versus black and yellow. Dortmund should smash, really, shouldn't they? Wow, yeah. Emre Can's back. Defence is looking good with Schlotterbeck there. Yeah. Oh, Kuto. Yeah, I might need to rebuild Champions Leagues. Julian Brandt as well, of course. Tottenham, Slavia Prague finishes off here. Xavi Simons 80% on. I like that. I like that after breaking his duct at the weekend. Good opponent for him. Fun, fun, fun. Let me see what you guys are saying to it. Chat's been flying away. Bayern could be smash, yeah. Sporting's injuries. Afternoon, Kerry, good to see you. So let's have a wee look. I don't think I have any in-season Champions Leagues that I can use. I've got Bernardo. I've maybe got another one or two that I've kind of thrown around the place, but yeah, Brandt. Yeah, that's it. De nada. So Champions League Classic. Rare. Yeah, I built one team and it looks like this. I think I've got 3 keepers. I'm going to just clear it and build again. So, yeah, I like really away to USG. I like Luis Jr. at home at Copenhagen. Villarreal looked strong. Yeah, he's at home as well. I'm going to go Luis Jr. Defence. I feel a lot better about looking at these guys. Yeah, I fancy Guardiola as well. Could like last man tackle, goal line clearance. Guardiola's team one, quite an easy pick, isn't he? But yes, the other defender. I picked a Guerd before, but we could maybe go a wee Rafa Marin. Wee Rafa Marin could be alright. We've not used him in a while. Tapsoba's at home. Ta. Is he nailed? Excuse me, catching wee burps and stuff. I've had a great morning, guys. I went back to the gym for the first time in like 2 years or something crazy. Had a great morning. Yeah, Big Taz nailed. This is strong. In midfield, again, I get great options. I like the form that Bruno G's in. Moses, I think, is well rested, and this is a way to a Serie A team. Moses Caicedo could get like 68A, you know what I mean? In a game like this, but I've got Kang, I've got O'Reilly, Works away at the San Siro. Arsenal boys taking on Bruges. Julian Brandt. Yeah, I think Julian Brandt against Bodo is like a take. Set pieces, at home. I like FDJ, but again, maybe a bit volatile. Sudakov's coming into our run, isn't he? Napoli are definitely not a team he should be worried about at home. But will he get a decisive? I'm not sure. That's a tough one. So I'm looking at Kang, I'm looking at Marino. Oh, Xavi Simons, Slavia Prague. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's kind of overpowered. And then, yeah, I go... Oh, I really want to play Cherky in this team just for absolute vibes. It needs to be... Rafinha needs to be in team 1. Look at the form of Sane. I'm looking at Pepe and Molero, but of like, oh... Like, we go Rafinha because it's Champions League, right? It's just going to happen. And then the last man, McTominay's not a bad shout. Lewandowski against a Bundesliga club isn't... It's just Cherky, man. I just want to see him at the Bernabeu dancing. Only 60% on. It's Pep Roulette at its finest. Whereas we could take something a bit safer, but who likes safer when you've got Cherky? Cherky. I like Mikel Merino for a game like this. this is tough. I'm going to go with Cherky. I think it's pure vibes. Absolute vibage. Oh, we just go over the cap with him. Oh, everyone else is quite cheap, actually. Goalkeepers, is there a... Nah. Need to save 2 points. Oh, we could save 1. Is there anyone else? Like, maybe Rafinha's a wee bit sus. Both of the forwards are sus, aren't they? Are they the best options I have? I think they are. I think Rafinha at home is going to get 80 in a decisive. I think Cherky at the Bernabeu. Yeah, maybe. Is there a smarter option that gets us in the cap? I don't mind that. Cherky can lead team 2, maybe. If we find, like, Marino. Where was Marino? 51. Oh, he's the same bloody point score. You wouldn't... Can't you make it up, man? Kang, 50. Pepe would do us. Not nailed, though. But it is Champions League. Pepe should be playing Champions League. Boom. We cap, we multi-club. Multi-decisive. Who's most likely to be multi-decisive? I'm maybe going to go Xavi Simons just because he's at home to Slavia Prague. Pepe looks great, yeah. Finished 12th in All-Star. SR, Benny, well done. With the Ipswich lads. Well done, mate. What did you win for 12? Anything good? I think it's going to be goals galore at the Bernabeu. I think this Man City team is popping. And Haaland, Doku's ripping the now. Absolutely ripping. So yeah, I think that's like the best kind of nailed team, isn't it? Good fixtures, home teams. Wow, home everywhere. Oh yeah, we like this. We like this, yeah. Captain Simons or Captain Rathi. I'm going to stick with Simons just because, yeah, Slavia Prague could just rinse. Yeah, I like that. All at home, that's a buzz. It's like the perfect little trifecta. So second is really, I don't mind this. Really, Aguerd is fine. Yeah, I'm going to take Kuto here. This says 40%, but we just looked at this here. Unless is there a wee update we've missed? Looks like Kuto was looking good for it. Uh-oh, a few seconds ago, Dortmund. Yeah, Kuto's a good shout for this. Be rotated in for it. We've still got Marino. We need to take him, I think. Oh, Limer's maybe under... yeah, I think Limer's are worth a shout. And then Doku Cherky. Yeah, let's do it. Double City attack. Got a captain, the Cherkmaster. Yeah, I like this. That's a solid team. Over the cap. Who cares about this one? Tier 2 SR. Tier 2s can be good, man. Tier 2s can be good. You need to get lucky, but they can be good. Final keeper we have is Oblak. Now, I'm not going to choose Gasarowski. So I think I'll be probably looking at Lenormand. Is he back? I'd probably... Lenormand can be alright. Not a great game. Yeah. It remains to be seen if he's ready to play. Yeah, I'm not going to touch that. I think Tapsoba and Rafa Marin is just an easy... Like, they're both playing. They're both at home. Like, screw it. Let's just go for them. I think I want to play Kang. I want to play O'Reilly. I've got another Brandt and another Gross. They could be good. If they hammer Bodo. Who do we have up front? David looks like a shout, but he's not nailed to play. Molero's fine. Louis cool. Sané's fine as well. It's Champions League. You kind of expect Sané to kind of go for it, don't you? Midfield. I like McTominay away to Benfica. That could be a good game for him. I like Caicedo as well. Yeah, I've got a lot of mids I want to squeeze in. So I probably want to go triple mid. And if I'm going to go triple mid... Got a funny feeling the Liverpool boys could be a good pair. With all the animosity and all the stuff that's kind of going on. They maybe just say, fuck Salah, you know? Like, he's a dick. They just click, you know? Work Senekatike and Isak and all that, and they just go, screw this guy. And move it on. I think I'm going to take Sané for peak potential over Louis. And then I'm looking at Caicedo. I'm looking at McSauce. Kang. I need to pick Kang. And we need captain Kang. Yeah, I can dig it. Nice. 3 teams, quite cool, I think, aren't they? For the most part. Now, All-Star. D1, D1, D1. 4 D1s? Is one of them... Are we not losing one? All-Star. D1, D1, D1. D1. Oh yeah, none of them are relegated. That's fun. So yeah, I'm not playing any of that then. I'm not sure even who I've got left. I've got like... maybe a Europa League keeper left or something. Is there an under 23 thing I could throw away? Bosan Lawal's playing? That's hilarious. Yeah, Lawal, Gasarowski. Ooh, Caicedo. Fine. Sudakov. Karamoko. I can dig it. Malero and Karamoko. Let's do it. It's a fun wee training team. Maybe it wins me something. You never know. I'm going to captain Sudakov just for AA decisive combo potential. But yeah, I don't think... So, I think I'm probably going to go All-Star Limited then. And we've lost 2 D2s. We've got 2 D2s. Yeah, let's try and get this into D1 for you guys for some giveaway action this weekend. We've only actually got 1 keeper left, which is a limited Schmeichel. We have El Karauni. We've got Lenormand. We've got a Tierney. We can use... We've got Dest against Atletico Madrid. None of them are particularly fantastic, are they? I think I don't mind like taking Tierney on like decisive potential. I think Robbo should be playing as well, by the way, for Liverpool. It's kind of wild that he's not. El Kearney could be alright against Forest, couldn't he? Or not? Yeah, hard to pick him. Hard to pick him. Yeah, everyone else is kind of dicey. Dest is alright, but again, I don't like the fixture, and I might trade him out. Alright, you know, do I need to? Who cares? Maybe we'll just use him. Yeah, we know he's going to play. Screw it. Let's just use him. I think McSauce is good for this team. And maybe a Bruno. I don't know, O'Reilly? Yeah, I like O'Reilly. Oh, we've still got a Brandt. Yeah, let's use Brandt. Palmer's kind of interesting because he's got AA and stuff. I think you just go Lewandowski here, and then I'm actually tempted to maybe go Pascal Gross. Maybe just get a bit more Dortmund into this. Don't really see, yeah, Bernie is interesting. Matt O'Reilly's kind of interesting. Yeah, let's put O'Reilly in. Why not? And Captain McSauce. We give away All-Star team. Let's try and get promoted to D1. Let's try and pull some essence for you guys. And yeah, that'll be me. I'm not sure. Make sure that team's how many teams that works into. I've not really got the screen for it. And yeah, I don't think I'll be mixing up any of these teams. I'm quite happy with them all. Just kind of reviewing them again. We've just got Celtic stacks upon Celtic stacks. Triple defence here. We've went with O as the striker. Did I have another option? Bakrar. Yeah. Yeah, not really. Yeah, so 0 away to the midgets. Maybe we put Muhammad Ali Cho there. Just because he's at home. Could play a Celtic player. Yeah, I'm going to put Cho into this team. Cho over O. I'll put O into this team. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone else to really play about with. I think I've done well here. No jeopardy on relegation or promotion or anything. Just swinging for some essence here. Top 50, top 30. If I can get a couple of squads into that, I'll be happy. If we can finish top 2, brilliant. Top 5 will be okay. Not really interested in the top 15. So that's quite cool. In-season European leagues, yeah, credits and essence, top 50 odd, that's what we're aiming for. Top 40 specifically. We have a couple of squads here. Yeah, the Porto rotations worry me. Wow, Jam, interesting. Yeah, in season's about hot streaks and a few. If you can get to D1 and snatch some wins, that's kind of where it's at, isn't it? I like All-Star, I like classic cards. I think they're definitely under kind of stated in the overall landscape of the game. I've used them to really good effect. I was kind of showing that earlier, the organic farming team, but that's all cards I've crafted with my classic champ cards. Well, we didn't craft Damon, we crafted Philip Cohn, but we managed to trade basically plus like £7 or something. So it's basically the same card, isn't it? Same with Asllani. We had to bring him in, but we did that organically with cards that I crafted and traded them in. And yeah, like if I was just taking a wee methodical organic approach to champ, like I have done, I've not proactively chased anyone that I can think of anyway. Filled off galleries and collections and stuff, but yeah, man, I like classic and All Star as well. Like if you can start, if I can continue this kind of output, if I can maintain some consistency with having 4 D1s that just get in amongst it, you know, look at this. The lowest score I had was 460. 3 other teams over 500, one just about under 600. You know, with the amount of players I've got, the amount of classics, XP, collection bonuses, yada yada. Even with Celtic losing 2-1 here, like, I'm hopeful I can maintain this for a while. I'm hopeful. We all lose some leagues to winter breaks and end of seasons and whatever, but Messi and Lamine carried me this classic season. Yeah, they're mad cards to carry with. Imagine being a football fan and not playing Sorare. That's what I think, by the way. I really do. Especially with fun teams like this. Like, see if you were just like a hardcore Celtic fan and you didn't care about anything else. You could use this example with a bunch of teams. Chelsea's a great one. We spoke about last season, the value of their collection and the ability for the players to transfer around. It's just fun. I know this isn't done great, this team, but it's great fun to build, and I like all these you guys can see it with all the teams I build, all the collections, where the cards came from, why I bought it, what it fits alongside, and my teams maybe, I don't know if they're exciting to watch them being built or interesting or whatnot. Maybe the in-season stuff maybe has a bit more because it's pertinent to, you know, winning right now rather than winning season on season in classic. But I've quite enjoyed the way we've done it today. Manzambi, 67. Mentioned that before. So yeah, I like classics too. I think I'm about set for everything. I'm happy with all the players. I'm happy with the combos. I like both these Celtic stacks. I've went double striker on one, and I've brought in the Hitate defender card so that I've got like the 3 midfielders, 2 strikers, kind of technically only one defender card, one defender. And then in this other team, it's triple mid with just Dyson double centre back just to be safe. Not that Tierney's not safe. Tierney's probably the safest of them all, really, in all honesty. I couldn't quite get a third one together. Again, my classic depth isn't wild with Scales and Trusty, and even Tierney for that matter. We don't really know what's happening with Donovan or Ralston in particular. So defence options for Celtic kind of get used in this system at the moment a bit quickly. Maybe I need to think about a duplicate Scales. I don't have an in-season Scales. I don't know if that would add to anything really, but yeah. Champions League teams were fun. Dortmund should smash. Tottenham you expect to do well. Same with Villarreal. Oh no, Guardiola's not at home. He's the only guy in that team that's not at home. Do we play Rafa Marin in there? We would lose multi-club bonus. Thoughts on Kyogo's fall off, Quinny? Not a mad surprise. Like, Kyogo was great, scored amazing goals, will forever be a hero, but I don't know what it is, man. But there's a reason that Japan don't pick him. There's a reason that nobody really wanted to buy him off as, it's a weird one. I was kind of actually thinking about this earlier today. I was actually thinking he's kind of like the Japanese Gary Hooper. It's funny that you asked me that today. I don't know why. He missed a big sitter of the weekend, I know. And what I mean by the Japanese Gary Hooper is, at Celtic, looks like he could play for a number of teams in European and world football, you would say, and be useful. But actually, as soon as they take off that green and white jersey and play somewhere else, not the same guy. There's a saying around Celtic, or it's a quote from Jock Stein, like our most famous manager, won the European Cup and all that. And it's, Celtic shirts don't shrink to fit inferior players. Like, you need to be a good player to come to Celtic, is the kind of the vibe of that. And it's kind of like that, I think. Where it's kind of like the opposite of that, where it kind of sometimes the shirt in the stadium and the club can kind of like lift people, get more out of them, get their untapped potential out there. There's like that kind of another angle to that dimension, I think. But yeah, any insight on Porto's rotation? I know we've got some Portuguese pals here. I will play with Kiwior and Samu. Jow, you're exactly who I'm after. SR Dimbar, good to see you. This Malmo game is very important. If we win, we reach 13 points. We only need to play again on Monday, and we have a clean week after this. Nice. So Kiwior and Samu. So the team predicting didn't actually have Kiwior on it. It was Pepic or whatever the other guy's name is. And what about Gabby V? I reckon he's alright. Yeah, they don't have Samu here. So you fancy Samu and you fancy Kiwior? Or does that say you wouldn't play? I will play, yeah. Hooper was a fantastic striker. You just shouldn't. He was getting like quiet, like, I don't even want to say England links, right? But there was of like, he was scoring goals in Champions League for us, like Champions League goals. He was brilliant, and he just was desperate to get into the Premier League to try and make something like that happen. Went to Norwich, they were mints, man. I don't even know if it's honestly, mate. I don't know what it is. I've always said, and guys who've been on my channel for ages will tell you this, that I think he's maybe an arsehole or something like this, where I don't know. There's just something, I don't know. I just get this feeling that he's not a nice player to play with. Like, he's not a guy you're like, oh, I'm really glad. Maybe like when he's at Celtic scoring worldies most weeks and he's really on form and he's really full of energy, like, oh, I'm really glad he's in my team. But I mean, like, around the training ground, in the changing room, even when the chips are down, kind of moments and stuff like that. I don't know. Typical Norwich. It was typical Norwich. And Hooper should have seen that. I remember his last game for Celtic. I was actually at it. It was a Champions League qualifier at home to Cliftonville or something like that. And he was warming up in front of us, and me and my mate were shouting at him, "Stay, Hooper, stay!" and all. And he obviously didn't take us on. I think we beat them. I think Stokes may have got a hat trick that day. We smashed them like 5 or 6-0. It was one of those qualifiers very early in the window, very early in the summer. And yeah, that was his last game. I'm fairly sure, I might be remembering that wrong, but it was certainly one of his last outings. And yeah, Same thing happened to Kelvin Wilson. Kelvin Wilson played Champions League for Celtic and was brilliant, like amazing. One of the best centre backs I've seen at Celtic, Kelvin Wilson. No two ways about it. And he leaves us to go back. We got him from the Championship. I think even it was Nottingham Forest we got him from. And I'm 99%, 95% certain he left us for like a free transfer or a very nominal transfer fee to Nottingham Forest again. And was never heard of. Just wild. So I mean, like, Celtic can kind of get the most out of some people, and then they go somewhere else and it's just they're just back to being a guy again, you know, just a normal centre back in the Championship or a striker in League One or whatever. So there's a two sides to the Celtic shirt. I think Celtic fans would acknowledge in that regard. And with Kyogo, it feels like the Celtic shirt really maximised him, you know. And since he's left, like, he thinks he's going to be the same guy everywhere else, and it's not quite the way it goes. Got a wee notification here. What's happening? Sorare. New winter wheel rewards. Now, I got the lucky spin, or the 10th one, the bonus one. It was really good. I never got anything good from it, but it was misreduced good. Winter Sorare pack. Ooh, added to standard. Winter jacket added to golden. Winter pack will replace Premier League jersey, and winter jacket will replace signed Premier League jersey. I guess they've been won by now. Maybe they've finished their re-allotment for it, or they're a quota. But yeah, I've not got big hopes for Celtic. I've got big hopes, I suppose, for Porto and Fenerbahce. Very important matches for both of them. And yeah, Champions League's just a bit fun. Champions League's just about fun. Nice wee fun giveaway team for you guys that's running. A throwaway under 23 team for some XP. And yeah, I think we're all locked and loaded and ready for the weekend. I'm just thinking, do I come back tonight and do some crafting, or maybe do a wee session tomorrow perhaps? I've still got some MFL stuff to do. Are we at the mid-season break now? Is that today or tomorrow? I think it might be today, by the way. 9th to the 12th. Yeah, I think we're in it now. Oh no, we've got a game today. And then, yeah, we're into the break. So, yeah, maybe we come back later on. Cup games at 5. 5. So maybe all these games are on at 5. Rewards are at 7. What games are on tonight and when do they kick off? Right, so tonight, wow, 3:30. Not watching that. Bayern's the early kickoff. I guess I'll maybe glance at it. I don't know if I want to watch it. But tonight, Liverpool Inter, Barca Frankfurt. They look like the two interesting ones. I'm probably going to go Inter Liverpool, so I'm very interested by the reaction, I think. So yeah, I'll be watching that at 8 o'clock. Bayern Sporting 2 hours later, 7:45. So I might come on. Yeah, I might go on about 6:30 tonight. Now guys, look at this. The academy team halfway through the domestic season. Perfect record. Only 4 goals conceded. Absolutely romping it. The foundation team, the community team, guys, it's the worst season we've had. Where I don't think we're really in danger of getting into the bottom stretch. I think we'll be alright overall, but it's fine margins. Very, very fine margins. We need to be doing better. The cup has just been used for rotation, so we're not really too worried about the cup games for that. The cup games I've actually got for my teams are actually dead rubbers. I'm kind of qualified or out of one of them each. But or maybe when we become live for rewards, do them as we will, and then we'll maybe finish up with just catching how the cup games went, and then we'll do like an MFL. Yeah, then we'll have an MFL kind of like stream tomorrow. Yeah, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. So yeah, we'll be back tonight. Do a bit of crafting about the 7 o'clock mark. See how the cup games finished up today. Yeah, all sounds good to me. Thanks to everyone that tuned into this live and loud. Really appreciate it. Good luck with your game week. I hope this helped in some way, shape or form. Hope you had fun watching me sweat over my combinations for however long I did that. I don't think it was too arduous on this occasion. I think a lot of the ins and outs and what we expect and divisions and all that, I think a lot of my decisions kind of make themselves, and I've taken risk with the players I'm picking, but I'm not taking any risk with them either. None of them do anything. this midweek, I'm not going to be upset. No streaks will be broken. No divisions will be relegated. Everything will be cool. I can just kind of enjoy this midweek, and if it does well, it's pure. I was going to say that. No. I was thinking about maybe holding on to tonight's essence, but I'm not expecting a mad midweek. So if we get a mad midweek, let it be so, and we'll maybe take it from there. But yeah, looking forward to it. Good luck to all you guys. Thanks again to everyone that tuned in. We'll be back. Yeah, we'll be back tonight. We'll do some crafting. Like, subscribe, share, and retweet. All that good stuff, everyone. Stay out of trouble, and I'll catch you on the next one.